So I'm gonna have my desktop audio off and play music because, yeah, oh my god, the bottom three is out. I don't know if any of these go so hard. They're like actually good. It's so funny. The perfect use of AI. It's it's so good. No, my Google account. No, I don't want to do that. You really need video, the music video. You really need it. Trump pushes to buy Greenland. Absolute necessity. Dude, it's not. Where am I? The ring's like Saturn. Okay. Okay, so some of these are, yeah. Oh god, I don't know which ones I have and I haven't uploaded. Actually, I don't think I have any of these uploaded. Wait, don't I already have, I think I do. I think these are already ready for upload. Are they? I think. Oh god. Why does it just say Japanese? Why is this album titled Japanese? Okay. Okay. I don't even know where I am. I'm just gonna. What am I doing? Casual 1,000 photos. Start moving those over. This little USB thing that you can just plug micro SD cards and SD cards into, it's so good. Having to just be able to max out the SD card like that. It's so nice. It's a lot of photos a second. Booting up the Pixel 1 for upload. Ooh. Oh, because it's open. Where is it open though? It's not. Let me make sure these are all uploaded. Turn on phone. Yeah, we're good. Yep, backup complete. So first, you go to the Pixel 1, and then you go to download, you go to Pixel backup, and you wait for all these to load. I guess that's all of them. And then you delete them. Gotta keep that drive clear, you know? And now you simply move all 1000 of these photos to the Pixel 1. I might as well just move them, I guess. And this part, this can take a while. Have like 6-7 megabytes a pop times 1000. Yeah. It takes a while. My RX 7900 XTX has shipped. The 8th? Oh my god, dude. That's some slow shipping. It'll probably get here a little sooner, maybe. Uh, I'm trying to see. I'm doing Newegg's, or I'm going to try and do Newegg's trade-in thing because this GPU is kind of bad. It overheats. It doesn't overheat, but it gets very hot. And I'm hoping that they're just very... I'm hoping that they just don't look at it that closely and just go, oh yeah, you know, it gets to like 80 Celsius, whatever, pass. Probably gonna come down to whoever's testing that day. Have I had this GPU for 4 years? No, I don't think so. I think I've had it for like 3 years. Yeah, like 3 years. I had an RX 6800, but it was like it was like 150 more for a 6900. And I was just like, well, screw it, you know. I might as well upgrade, you know, 2 tiers higher and then... Wait, when was this? Or November 20 or November 1st, 2021. Yeah, so like 3 years I've had this card. I mean, it's been fine. Even though it just stays at those temperatures. I have it. I mean, if you just let it draw a little bit less power and then it's fine. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm not confident in the current GPU market, or the upcoming GPU market, I should say. I just think it's about to get bad at the high end. I was planning on upgrading. You know, 3 years is a good 3.5-ish years is a good amount of time for a graphics card upgrade. So I was like, okay, I don't know. Like, it would be very nice to have an NVIDIA GPU, right? I was actually sitting in bed thinking about this last night. It's not just my past few GPUs have been AMD. It's like I've only owned one NVIDIA GPU. Because literally, I had technically the first graphics card I ever had, dedicated graphics card, was a GT 730 in a Best Buy pre-built. That thing sucked. Like, it sucked even more than I thought it would. What is going on with this thing, man? Like, I thought it was okay looking at reviews at the time, or you play like GTA at whatever FPS, some basic esports titles, and it did do that with a VGA monitor, like a 4x3 VGA monitor. And then I got an actual 1080p monitor, and it couldn't do it. It really couldn't. Like, I remember CSGO just... I'm sure I could have lowered the settings. I was just kind of unaware at the time what everything did. But it was not good. So I got a 1050 Ti, which that was a really nice little card. It was a Zotac 1050 Ti. And that was fine. I mean, in a lot of games, it was being held back by the stupid FX 6300 that was in that computer, which really says something about that, about the whole FX line. Such bad processors, man. So bad. So loud, ran so hot for so little performance. And then after that, I built another computer. And it was a i3 7300 with an RX 484 gig. Because that was, like, I had a summer job, so I was cutting every possible corner that I could to hit a budget, So about the cheapest, shittiest RX 480. Like, the cooler could barely stay strapped to the board. It would sag. It was so bad. But it ran. It ran. I don't know why I did the 7300 over the 7100. It was, I don't know. But that 128 gig SSD, refurbished 1TB hard drive. I think I might have had 8 gigs of RAM to start, and then I was like, okay, in like a few weeks I'll get another 8 gig stick. I can't remember. I think I don't know. Cannot remember. I think I had 16 though. So that was the first AMD graphics card, just out of pure necessity for it being cheaper, And then after that, I got a RX 590, which was a decent... Hold on. RX 590 versus RX... No one has watched these videos and like... The fuck is a 6400? God, this guy's got the whole Polaris stack, man. So yeah, I mean, it was like a good... It was a pretty good bump, actually. He doesn't have the 4 gig, but I don't think it'd make much of a difference. Like, obviously from here, honestly, I didn't even think it was that big of a difference from the 580 to the 590. Had a really nice Sapphire card. 6176, that's actually a bigger jump than I thought. That's like a reasonable jump. These are minimums. Look at that. That's a much better minimum. This is like unplayable. This is playable. But yeah, I initially was gonna try and buy a used 1070 Ti. No, it might have been just 1070. And that card I did buy one off of eBay actually, but I could not get it to. It was just stuttering. I don't know what was going on with it. You know, now that I think about it, I've had bad luck with almost every single NVIDIA GPU that I've had. Because that used 1070 that I got, like when I benchmarked it, it would be in line, you know, with what it was supposed to be doing. But then I'd go like hop on Battlefield 1 or something or a few other games and it would just stutter. Just micro stutter, micro stutter, micro stutter. And I just could not get it to run properly after so many DDU and uninstalling, reinstalling, and you know, just wouldn't work. So I ended up just getting a 590 instead, which I did not pay for. My dad was like, "Ooh, computer, baby." I don't know what he was. I don't know. Like, okay, sure. It was really funny though. So at that time, I had a 1050 Ti computer in one house and a 480 computer in one house. Uh, Obviously the 480 is better than 1050 Ti, but what I actually did is my dad bought me that 590. I put it in the 1050 Ti computer, you know, replaced that, and I kept it there for like a couple days, and then when I wasn't looking, I just swapped the graphics cards. I swapped it because I wanted it at the other house. I swapped my 480 for that 590. So I put the 490 in the computer with the stupid FX CPU. And I think by that time, the other computer that I was putting the final destination on the 590 was going to be in, I think it actually had a i5 8400. Big upgrade, by the way. Thousand items to back up. That's a lot. So I ran an i5 8400 with a RX 590 for a while. It was a good card. It really was. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty. It was a pretty good 1080p card, you know. It really was. 6 years ago, it was in 2018. Oh my god, please. Yeah, you know, 80-ish FPS. That's like the sweet spot for me. I'll try and get like 80, 90 FPS in a nice 4K. 80-ish FPS in a AAA game. After the 590, I don't think I had it for that long. Uh, I got an RX 5700. You know, the infamous 5700 with its driver issues, which I don't think I ever had any. Because I think it was past the point of when they were having that problem. The only thing that I ever remember happening, I'll save that for later. 5700, and then I had that for a reasonable amount of time. And then after the 5700, I think this was about 2020-ish. I was like, okay, I guess it's time again. And that's when I got the RX 6800 and then traded it for an RX 6900. I did have a 3070 for like 2 days, which had it was the same thing. It was just stuttering. I just could not get it to run smoothly. I didn't really plan on keeping it. I think I made like $100 or something off that. Off the 3070. But yeah, so that's all the AMD graphics card I've ever had, which has been a lot at this point, you know. And the only ever driver issue that I had was that, you know, that isn't outside of like a normal bug, like a consistent, like really bad, well, not even really bad wallpaper engine and AMD Relive would conflict with each other. So if you had a wallpaper engine running and then you tried to like do a clipping software or whatever, it would just be green. Your whole screen in the clip would be green. And for the longest time, I think they were like blaming it on each other. Like AMD was blaming it on wallpaper engine was blaming it on AMD. I think it's fixed now, but you know. Never really had any VR issues. Yo, $100. Never really had any VR issues. I think I played VR with the 5700 and then everything after that. But yeah, it's so funny when like, you know, like the Linus Tech Tip Challenge, switching to AMD graphics cards only. Challenge. Like, dude, I've been doing this for like literally since 2017. What do you mean challenge? Like what? What? It's just a graphics card. I don't know what, like, it's so weird. So strange. He's uploading. Um, yeah, and basically everyone, you want to know what else too? Because I'm the one who makes the PC lists for everyone, the part picker lists, and I usually build it for them. Everyone around me has an AMD graphics card. And these people are not like tech savvy at all. I can't remember. Did the computer that I built for my neighbor, does that have an AMD GPU? I can't remember. I think that might have been a reuse of the GPU. I can't remember. But yeah, my friend number 1 has my old RX 5700. Friend number 2 has an RX 6700 XT. Friend number 3 has an RX 6800. Friend number 4 has an RX 6600, I believe. Yeah, I don't think it's the XT. I don't think the XT was worth it. My brother has an RX 5700. People kind of forget about. Oh, no. 5600. Yeah, people forget about this GPU. RX 5600. Oh my god. This was sort of, yeah, it came out really late. Uh, it came out really late in the Navi. This was Navi, right? Uh, it was technically in the same family. It went 5600 XT, 5700, 5700 XT. The 5700 XT and non XT were actually pretty popular graphics cards, actually, despite the driver issues. I think, I mean, they ran pretty well, honestly. They weren't bad. um oh yeah, it's getting old though. It is getting old. 6 gigs of DDR6. 279 though. 279 wasn't bad. Navi. I didn't even know about these OEM. So like yeah, like these were. It's the 50th anniversary. Weird. So like it was mostly these. I think the 5500 XT. Yeah, it's like a 580. I think this is kind of a dead GPU on arrival because it's like, God, I remember that, man. Literally up until I want to say like a year and a half, 2 years ago, the RX 580 was still the way to go. Just probably used 580. Just probably used 580. Just probably used 580. Nothing could beat it. Cause like the RX 580 is no fucking powerhouse by any means, but it literally you could get one for $70-ish, like sub $100. So it's like, do you buy this brand new for, at the time in 2019? Do you buy this brand new for, how much was this? It said it somewhere. I think it was like 169. I swear I saw it. But yeah, do you buy this for $169? Maybe even on sale like 130, or do you buy an RX 580 fucking 8 gig instead of 4 gig for like $80, $90? It was just so hard to recommend anything else besides the 580 for that really low, like, yeah. And I mean, the 5600 here isn't bad. Somewhere between like a GTX 1080, RTX 2060-ish, area. I do remember this actually. I think I remember cross-shopping these two. See, every single time, right? Every single time I'm building a computer for someone, I cross-shop. I'm not gonna just buy AMD because I like AMD. I cross-shop. And it's like, okay, so what are the options? We can get, I usually look at the NVIDIA option first and then see if I can beat it. So 2060. 2060 was probably around $300-ish at the time. Yeah, I think it was I think if I remember correctly, it was about $300-ish. And then, I look up the AMD offering. I'm like, okay, well, RX 5600 XT. And it is like 280. So it's like, well, I guess I'm getting the 5600 XT because, I'm on a set budget. And the dumbest thing, there's really no reason for people to be buying these NVIDIA cards, especially these lower end ones. Because, okay, think of the customer, right? Think of the customer for an RTX 2060, 3060, 4060. It's someone who wants to play computer games. They really don't know much about anything. Maybe they got a pre-built. They just throw, a graphics card in the pre-built. Or you're someone like me is building a computer for someone, and they don't even know what the fuck is happening. What is a graphics card? I don't know. Why would you choose this over this? There's no reason to. There's no reason to spend that extra money. The whole reason why the advantage that NVIDIA graphics cards have are ray tracing and DLSS, which DLSS is nice, but you gotta think like, okay, is a person even gonna know what that is to turn it on? Maybe, but probably not. And ray tracing, number one, ray tracing on these low end cards like a 4060 is not good. It can't really handle it. And number two, nowadays I see more and more people, they compare like a 10-year-old AAA game to a game that came out like a couple years ago, and they go like, I don't see any difference. Which there is a difference. Seriously, there is a big difference between these, slightly older games that, came out in like 2017, 2018, 2019, and the games that just came out, like the biggest AAA games. There is definitely a difference, and especially sometimes, depending on the game with ray tracing. But if these people can't even tell the difference, then why are you spending more? Bro, you don't even know what the fuck a ray tracing is. Why are you gonna spend more money? There's no fucking point. And it's just like, I don't know, man. AMD just needs to, they need to do better marketing. They need to fucking get out there. Like, seriously, get a fucking TikTok account. God. Like, seriously. Fucking AMD, make a TikTok account. Compare. Let's go and build a computer. Let's see what video cards are available currently. This is crazy, by the way. That this is still something that people are buying. A fucking 3060. They just got the VRAM. Like, it's just. So for sub $300, that's what most people are spending. It's around there. What do we got? 4060, $300. Or you can buy, not the 580, man. How are they still selling these? I mean, you can buy a 7600 if you really wanted to. Or okay, well, see, the market's already looking bad. Yeah, this 7600, man, such a flop of a card. I mean, I think now that it's cheap, it's not bad. Now that it's two, but even for 279, like, ugh. Fucking 1660. Well, you want to know the real answer to your problem here? Intel Arc B580, baby. Yeah! B580! Here is the B580. Keep in mind this is odd. Yeah. I mean, that's the real answer right now. If you... Yeah, let me get one of those. If you want a video card and you're like, oh, I guess I'll buy a RTX 3060. Dude, please do not do that. Fortunately, these are out of stock. But, no, they're not. Yeah, they are. Wait, yeah, they are. Dude, this... Oh, so fucking good. The fucking savior. That's what this goddamn graphics card is. 12 gigs of VRAM. Fucking 1440p card. Easy. Fucking beats the shit out of a shitty ass 3060. Beats the shit out of a 4060. In most cases. Competes with the 4060 Ti. Which is like $1 billion. That's what we like to see, man. Dude, I got too many fucking cat photos. I gotta delete some of this shit. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's just like... I mean, the thing that started this whole conversation was... I am not gonna pay... like... $1,400 for G or RTX 5080. Oh god. When I can get a XTX 7900 XTX I got this for $850. This card. $850, and it performs like a 4080 Super. It has like the ray tracing performance of the 30 series, so it's not like it's not horrid ray tracing anymore, you know. It's behind, but it's not like the 6000 series was. It had ray tracing. Let me tell. And that's about all you could say. You know, very rarely, like, you could get away with maybe just doing like ray traced shadows or ray traced reflections, but as soon as you turn on like two different things, it would not be viable, really. So, you know, this is at least you can do ray tracing on par with about the 30 series, you know, which is not great. It's not bad. It's not like a 3080 Ti or something couldn't fucking do ray tracing, right? But if this is a 4080 Super competitor, then the 5080 is gonna be like 10 to 15% better than the 4080 Super. 5080 Super, or not, 5080 is going to be like 10 to 15% better than a 4080 Super. And that'll put it at a comfortable, they can go like, look, we got 20% better than 4080 or something, you know? So am I really going to pay 800, 900, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300? Let's just say it's 1,300. That's $500 more dollars. Like 500, 600 more dollars for like 10, 12% better. No. And plus I just can't. At this point, like, I don't know. Stop. No, I'm getting emails. Don't do that. It's just a bunch of BS, man. Let's look up RX 7900 XTX Ray in 2024. Okay, well, I don't want to watch that video. Like, I don't think unless we have like a 4090, path tracing is not, path tracing is not a very good option. Like, it's a cool tech demo, but okay. Can we get some, I mean, that's not bad. Wait, that's Far Cry though. That's not bad. But I want to see 1440p. Oh my god. Why does everyone fucking... Yo. Oh my god, bro. When did this go? This came out 2 months ago. These are really funny. Like this, so hell yeah, man. Get that ray tracing. Yep. Oh, I thought this was gonna be benchmarks. Well. Mm. Is it 4K? No, it's not. So that's max ray tracing. Literally everything on. Does he just do that? Yeah. It is very interesting, you know? You know, some people you ask and you're like, oh, you're ray tracing? Yeah, ray tracing looks so good. And then you have that same conundrum that I was talking about earlier where people can't even fucking tell the difference between a game that came out yesterday and a game that came out fucking 5 years ago. I wish they would play something. DLSS quality, ray tracing ultra, no path tracing. It'd be really nice if okay. Wait, what is this? 3080. That's almost dead on. Like that's almost dead on. And this is ray tracing ultra. Like I wouldn't have played with this back then if I had a 3080 back in the day. Back in the day being like a few years ago. And I was playing Cyberpunk, I wouldn't put it on ultra. I would put like reflections on and then put like ray tracing to medium. Because like I said, my target is like 80-ish FPS is what I like. How many watts? 450? That is a lot of watts. that's not that's not bad. I wish he would have done it. Like I don't know, do people really play like this? I would rather have another 15 FPS. Yo, beating? It is a faster card after all. I wish someone would test on like not ultimate ray tracing. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing over and over. You know, ultra settings usually aren't worth it. Just like ultra ray tracing usually isn't worth it. I mean, if you got the horsepower, then why not? But, you know. In these games, I think they have much less ray tracing. So they're just, yeah. They get so aggressive in the comment. 46, yeah, that's so true. Well, like, dude, this is so obviously bait. And he takes it. I really do wish, the one thing that I really, really, really do wish is that FSR was better. I just wish it was better. I'm gonna be honest, it's shit. It's bad. Like, I almost never turn it on. Which, to be fair, I think that I'm pretty susceptible to those types of artifacts. Like even TAA artifacting and stuff like that. I hate that type of artifacting. But I just it really depends on the game, which really shouldn't surprise anyone, but yeah, like what games do I have? What like new? The only thing I have that's kind of new is like whatever it's called, Indiana Jones. That game, even without any upscaling, it already kind of has some artifacting and issues. Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat.